YouTube and Facebook. And today we are doing these little birds. So if you're coming on in, I actually have done one last year. I did these. This, and I'm trying to remember the color. Colonial blue, maybe, I think I did them with. And so we have bird cutout patterns, and they have little either spring flowers or words on them. They actually go on both sides, but at the time I only did one side, and I left the other side of my bird cutouts to be plain white. Aren't they the cutest? They're so cute. And you know, these are really, like, they stand up on their own. Let me show you. I'll go down a little bit here. They stand up on their own, so they're a ledge sitter. You could use them in little nests, or you could put them on your tiered trays. They're a nice size for tiered trays. You could put them on your mantle. They're nice spring. You can even put them on pictures or whatever. And the patterns you can go ahead and use to make cutouts and make paper ones or make birds. So birds are so cute, I think. So I was pretty excited when our spring launch had these realistic birds. They're called realistic etched bird cutouts. Aren't they the cutest? They're actually realistic. So I'm going to try to go through. The birds actually come with a little sticky. If you're coming in, make sure you say hello to me. Tell me what your favorite color is so that you can check in. Your favorite color. Love to hear what your favorite color is. And anyway, they do go a certain way, the different cutouts do, so we'll see which is going to fit on it. I did white because I like to have my little cutouts oftentimes in two different colors, and so it helps, or two different designs. A lot of times I'll put Christmas on one side, fall on the other, or spring on the other, whatever, 4th of July and spring or whatever. But I thought it would be really cool to have the realistic, but I've already stuck these together. The cutouts, the wings come as separate pieces, and they also come with double-sided tape to put them together, and they're pretty sturdy. So I'm not going to pry this off. We're gonna make an attempt to get these painted the way I want to get them painted without taking the wings apart, but maybe I'll have to take them apart too. So stay tuned. That's what we are going to be doing today. If you are coming in for the very first time, I would love to hear that. Put 1ST if you're a first timer, and make sure this is my small business. I am a chalk couture designer and mentor designer, and I'd love to share with anybody that is interested in crafting. I'd love to have you join me, so share with your friends that are crafters, because I'd love to have them come on in. And I think I'm actually today going to go ahead and do some watercolor painting on this before we do the outline. I think I'm going to do a couple of brown colors watercolored on these, and then we're going to go ahead and use black for the outline of the bird. So that is my plan. We will see how it goes. Whenever I do watercolor, I usually do it right in the lid of my chalk paste, and this one actually is way down, it is running out, is what it is. And I'm just going to use a brush. I'm not going to be super exact with this. I like to use the lids because there's usually a little bit of paste in the lids. And so I'm just mixing that up and reconstituting anything that's dry in there. I did spritz in here because this was pretty dry. I'm hoping that'll reconstitute some of this. But you can still never fear if that bottom end of your chalk paste gets used, you know, seems like it's all dried up and hardly anything left. Go ahead and try to reconstitute it. You'll probably be able to do some water coloring with it, because it's savable. It's savable. You don't have to worry about it being wasted. You can still use it if it dries up, because all you have to do is put a little bit of water. See how I got that in there? So all I'm doing is I'm just going to do this top portion of the bird. I'm going to do the darker bark. This is bark that I'm using on the top portion. And I went over, just trying to do the front and the top. And I'm just grabbing up some bark and doing the top edge darker. Does that make sense? I've also already had sanded the edges of these birds prior for the white. So that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything super fancy. And I think I'm actually going to be done with that bark already. It's not going to take much. And while this is still wet, I want to go ahead and go in and get some of this camel. Camel's kind of a lighter, I don't know, I might have just, I'm just going to go the lighter side. And maybe I needed to wash off my brush because it's all coming out bark at this point. You can use our paste to actually color in the whole thing if you wanted, but I'm trying to give this like a three-dimensional look. So by blending in some little bit of camel, I think. I don't know. There it is. And then I think I'm just going to go, I want it to kind of be variegated. I don't want it to be super solid in a color. I'm gonna try to blend it in really good here. So I'm just showing you what I'm doing here. So the top portion is that bark color, and then the bottom portion is camel, and it's a little bit stark for my taste actually. And so I'm gonna wipe off some of that and then just use a wet brush to blend it and try to make it look so there's not like a line on either places, but I still want to maintain that bark. So we'll just see what we can do here. I don't know, I might have to go ahead and wipe some of that off again. I might have to go ahead and you could use a little dabber or a sponge, makeup sponge, to get this blended together if you wanted, but hey, why get something else dirty when you can just use what you got? Use what you got going. I may have to take the wings off. I'm not certain I can get those on there without taking the wings off, but I'm gonna try. I am a lazy man's. I like to be lazy. I'm gonna use some more bark on this little one. The camel is overwhelming a little bit, so I want to use I want the darker part there. I want that. I like the bark is probably, I don't know, I was really surprised when I first started. I'm going darker on the bark a little bit here on the top edge. It's a little more watered down, so it's not going to start, but I really like the color bark. I think it's a really pretty color. I'm always surprised when I use bark on things because I'm not really a brown person, but pretty much like bark. All right, we'll put that away, close that up. And next, we're gonna go ahead and get this dry. So this could be a really quick, easy project, and it would be just as easy to just use you don't have to even do as much work on this as I'm doing. You could totally use it the way it is. Do it white. If they come painted white, I did a little, you can see that now that the bark is on the top edge, it got kind of dark where I sanded it away. And honestly, if I really like this, I may go ahead and sand off the other side, the blue side. And maybe it was ocean I used, now that I think about it. Nice thing about our pastes is they are washable. They're water soluble, so you can most of the time get it off as long as it hasn't pigmented really bad on it. Wood is a little more permanent. It's not meant to wash off, but I did smear a little, and I'm being an exactus here. I want to get it off. I like it to be nice and clean on the edge because the other side is blue, so I don't want it to look, you know, smear over or look weird from the other side. I want it to be nice and clean on the top. But these are really cute. I'm ready for spring, but we're having kind of stormy-ish weather today. Tell me how your weather is. If you are, like I said, if you're just coming in, check in. Put down what your favorite color is. Comment what your favorite color is. If you would like the project list for this project, just put birds down below. And I will get you a project list of everything we use here today. The project, actually a project cart, the cart link, you can actually take, you know, add or subtract to the cart, whatever you would like. Kind of a fun little, I don't want this to look, I'm trying to blend in any of the lines. Just taking water on there and kind of taking that see that bottom line. I don't want it to look like unusual once I get that. Oop, I don't want that. wet. Don't want to get it more wet. Usually and once the paste dries, it's going to totally stay dried. It won't come off. And even when it gets wet, it won't come off unless you like scratch at it or rub at it. The paste dries pretty solid, so you don't have to worry about that. And I may use the bark to do the outline. We'll see. We'll see what we do here. Okay, so this bottom one is what I have to use. I'm seeing that. These are called the realistic etched bird cutouts is what it's called. And nice, I'm excited about using these cutouts with the lighter fabric on them. This is our new product. I'm pretty excited about it because it is more see-through than our other stuff. This is a brand new transfer fabric. So we're just gonna cut out the wing here. These lines, just put up a reels today on how to cut the 2 different ways you can cut them. You can cut through the backing and have all the pieces, but I like to leave it on the backing because then it's like a puzzle piece. If I'm missing a wing, I notice it. If I'm missing a wing when I've cut the backing out, it's more difficult to find. Okay, get that wing cut out. Little one. And these, this new fabric, you don't have to, that was not a straight cut at all. Do as I say, not what I do. I'm not a very good straight cutter. So tell me if you guys you had to work today. Love to hear about it. Hear your woes. Let's see if we can get this on here. I'm thinking because it's fabric, I should be able to, and because it's more see-through, I can actually These are sticky back transfers. They're reusable. You can reuse them. I think I can man this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do maybe this. This on here. There it is. I'm trying to form it tightly around the wing because I want to get it on there. This would be probably much easier not to do it this way, to do it, you know, if you were just getting these. But I've used these for a year in my decorations now. Well, not a whole year. I've had them around. Kind of took them down during Christmas holiday season. But I think they're going to be evergreen. What color would you do your birds? Would you do them? I was thinking the brown would keep it a little on the neutral side. I think I'm going to do this in parts. I'm going to start with just the bottom part, and then I'm going to try and decide to do brown or black. I was thinking black, but it looks like it colors a lot of it, so I think I'm going brown. And I do have another bark out here, so I'm just going to go ahead. I think it's going to color, I don't know. I guess I didn't really look at this very well. This may be, watercoloring might have been all for naught. I might not have needed to do that because it looks to me like, all right. Now we're gonna just rock this up here and put this down on the head, because it's kind of around that wing, it's kind of getting a edge to it, so I don't want to. I'm gonna try to blend it in here, putting it back down. This may not be the smartest thing I've ever done. Oh well, it's just crafting, having a good time, changing it up a little, trying to make it easy for myself, and I may have complicated things here. Fortunately, it's kind of blue up around the... All right, we're gonna see how that went. Not too bad. It's a little shmeary on the belly there because it was not down. Not too bad. And you can kind of, I was worried about being able to see my watercolor, right? Because it's a little wet, or it was kind of filled in. So I think, I'm glad I did it brown. What color would you do your bird? Would you do it blue? You could do it red. I'm gonna just try to clear some of this out. And it doesn't matter because I watercolored under there. So it doesn't matter if it's totally cleaned off. I'm just gonna clean it out where it's smeared in there. You can see where I've kind of gone in with the wipe on one of my tools. And I'm just going in and taking some of it off. So it's a little bit cleaner looking, not as smeared in. And that way, I think it'll look nicer. So you could decide. I think the other side is less, it's just an outline. So the other side actually would have been better for doing this little trick too. That makes sense. There we go. I think, yeah, because this one has a lot more color in on the belly. The other one has just an outline. But, you know, they go a certain way with the birds. So that's why. All right, I think it's not too bad, actually. Nobody's going to sit there and look at it, right? It's kind of cute. I'm definitely glad I went with the brown instead of the black. I think the black would have made it look really dark and stark. All right, now we're going to do the little bird. And I'm going to give that one some time to dry up first before I go ahead and... See, this one, you're going to see on this one the difference. This one just has an outline. And I think I'll do the bottom outline first. And then I'll do each, because there's not much. Anywhere you see the green, there's not going to be any colors. That makes sense. And then where the white looking, there is fabric there, but it's there's fabric there, but it's gonna go through in the whiter areas. Okay. Trying to get the head on there and do the head. This head is gonna be colored in because it's more white. And I'm gonna lift this. That actually looks really nice. So we just need the head on here. Oops. Want that on there. No wrinkles. You don't want any bubbles. Anywhere you have the bubble, you'll get that smearing underneath. That's what you saw on that other bird. Try to go up against the wing as far as I can with the color. This is the cool thing, like you don't have to be really good with a paintbrush. I have like carpal tunnel. I can't ever get in the lines. I'm not good at doing in the lines. So let's see. All right, so there it is so far. Isn't he cute? So I still have to do the tail. I'm just kind of rocking it around because I'm trying to get it around that little wing without removing the wing. I'm just being lazy. I'll be real honest. Just being lazy here. So we're gonna get this on up to the wing. There we go. This, I mean, chalking, like we have patterns and things, they work on furniture, and it's really nice because you can go wherever you want, like on a drawer, or just a portion of it, or on signs, just a little bit, you know, half of it. So, oh shoot. That was dumb. I just smeared the head because it wasn't dried. The head was looking really nice. But that looks pretty good. I guess I should have started with the tail. I'm going to stop right now, and I'm going to go back and do that head, fix that head. But first I want to dry it so it doesn't smear anymore. Get that head a little bit more clear so it doesn't look like I put my finger in it like a kindergartner did this. Because it kind of looks that way right now, like a kindergartner did it. I'll dry this one over here. Get it nice and dry. I don't know what kind of bird this would be. Maybe like a thrush or something. I kind of like it where it's like a little bit variegated. We're not done with the wings. I have to fix this little guy's head. We're sure. That's the nice thing about this fabric is you can relay it down and redo it if you make a mess, which, you know, is a precaution I clearly need. Let's see if that fixed it. No, I just made it worse, actually. I am going to wipe off the head. The beak is okay, but the face is not. Good thing we watercolored. It looks like I kind of did it that way, but not really. So I'm just going to wipe it off so I can have a clear eye, because that time it covered the eye. So I'm just wiping it off. I'm going to start again. Do that again. But this time I think, oh, I see the problem. I had chalk paste on the bottom side, so when I set it on, it just sort of smeared everywhere. So I'm going to wash this off so it is clean and ready to go. These wash off in the water. I just take them in the sink and wash them off. They wash off so nicely. I like to use our board eraser just because it's something, a little friction to wipe it with. And so easy peasy to clean. Get this dry again. So if you're coming in, make sure you say hello. Tell me what your favorite color is. What's your favorite bird if you like birds? That got really wet. It looks darker there. I don't know why. All right. Try number 3. There we go. Get that little eyeball. See if we can do this. Fix, fix, and fix some more. Okay. Yes. I think he looks pretty good now, and I'm going to leave him. His eyeball is there. We're not done. Don't worry, we're not done. But you saw how easy that was to clean that off. The cool thing is you can totally do this with kids because it's water-based. It's non-toxic. You wouldn't want to eat it, but, you know, you could. If your kids licked it, it's totally fine. It's not going to harm anything. I'm going to throw that away. I'm getting too much. Teal. Oh, yeah, cardinal, which we don't have here. Cardinals are not here. They say the blue jay is the same. I'm not sure I believe them. You could do this all in red. It'd be really pretty to paint the bottom red. I'm hoping this wing will be easier because the whole wing is exposed. I don't have to go around anything. So, it would be so much. Oops, I guess I missed a little. I think it'll be okay. Oh, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Isn't that nice? Nice detail. What do you think? Is that pretty detail? All right. And the other side is kind of a springy bird. Like I said, if I might change my mind on this, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to do these little around the wings. So I don't know if I want to take it apart. Maybe I'll just leave it and do another set of birds, right? Can always make another one. These birds, they're not, these wood cutouts, for what they are, like the value you get out of them and being able to do, I got a little globby of paint on the top of the wing here, so I'm just taking it off. They really are economical. These little bird cutouts are only 10 bucks. I don't think that's bad at all. For wood, they come pre-painted, which I'm a fan of. I'm not, you guys know my feelings about, oops, I almost smeared that. One thing with cutouts is they can be a little finicky for painting. Let's see. Ooh, cute. Cute, cute. I think I saved him. What do you think? I do see a little bit of a line on that bird's head where it's darker. I might. So this I'll just take in with a board eraser at the sink and clean it up with water. For some reason, I do not have, I must have had that. It's just a little, it's not thick once you get through it, but I can see that it's getting a little, I'm thinking about just tapping on that line to lighten it up a little. That actually, I think that worked. See, I was thinking it was still wet before, but it's actually just darker because I had painted it 3 times. Cardinals are supposed to be like a sign that somebody you loved is there. Sort of like an angel. That's kind of cool. We have the blue, I guess they're blue jays or blue birds. Here, that's what we have that they say is, I see a little line in my, all right. See how I kind of cleaned that up? Is that cute? Just by tapping on it, make sure you don't like tap and fill things in. And I'm finding that if I tap on those areas that are more white, it's helping a little bit. So I probably should have looked at the cutout, and I should have maybe done a little bit of watercolor right here instead of the watercolor across the top, I think. But I think he's kind of cute. So this will be our little birds. Oops, his little wingy got, and his front end got kind of, and I could take sandpaper to this too. A little trick with the wood pieces is you can use sandpaper on it if you overstep and make a mess. Just clean it off. Oh, that's nice. I bet that makes it feel like you have spring coming. But cardinals, do they stay all winter? I don't know. I know robins are a sign of, we've had robins for a couple weeks now. We've been pretty wintry around here. Robins are supposed to be a sign of spring. Do cardinals stay through the winter? See, that wiped right off. All right, so here it is. My little birds. My bird pair. Oops. He's really dirty on top. My little bird pair with the realistic etched. Aren't they pretty? I think they're pretty cute. And then the other side is more of a springy. You could put this in any color, your spring decor, whatever you want, or black or brown, whatever you would like. And this is, so I think it's either colonial, maybe it's ocean. Maybe it's ocean is the color. So really, really pretty. I love these. They're alternating. So, you know, like the little one has the dark blue, but this, so like usually our cutouts have the bodies opposite each other. One's colored in and one's more white or whatever, you know. Yes, they stay through the winter. Okay, gotcha. You know, I didn't even realize we didn't have cardinals for like the longest time. That was something I kind of just learned here in the mountains, I guess. I don't know if it's an elevation thing or if it's just a western thing. We do have a mountain bluebird, but that is different. It's not the same shape. There's a blue like bluebird that's shaped just like the cardinal as well. So I don't know, I don't think it's the same species, but it does look very similar. So when we do the cardinal things, we can do it in red. So you could do, all right, that is it. That's all I got for you today. Isn't that fun? Under 30 minutes, and I, you know, updated my little birds for my tiered tray. A little bit springy. I know brown is not so springy, but I was thinking I could intermingle those into those trays for the bridal shower. So that was kind of my thinking, was this would go move into the bridal shower in May, but also for very spring. If you put this around, you could put it on some little blue eggs or whatever. You know, we've got that new blue paste, eggshell paste. But I hope you have a very blessed evening. If you're coming in watching the replay, put hashtag replay. If you would like the shopping list for the shopping cart link for this project, just go ahead and put birds, and I will get that out to you so you can make your own little birds. And I will put in both of those patterns that are available, as well as the cutouts and a couple of paste packets, so you can make this particular little project. So just let me know if you would like this project kit, and I will get that together for you. So keep on crafting and have a very blessed evening.